is yours now. Call your desires into being by imagining and feeling your wish fulfilled. As the end is accepted, you become totally indifferent as to possible failure. For acceptance of the end wills the means to that end. When you emerge from the moment of prayer, it is as though you were shown the happy and successful end of a play, although you were not shown how the end was achieved. However, having witnessed the end, regardless of any anticlimactic sequence, you remain calm and secure in the knowledge that the end has been perfectly defined. Now, this is something that we understand more so through experience. As I reflect back on my own life and through many conversations that I've had with others about their own journey to realizing their goals and visions, they realize that the acceptance of the end really does will the means. We say some way, somehow. Now, through experience, we learn these things. However, if we don't have the reference experience, then we still have faith. So Neville states, prayer, like sleep, is also an entrance into the subconscious. See, if we don't consciously know how we're going to produce that result, whatever that goal may be, the business goal, the relationship goal, whatever that may be, if we don't know how we are going to get there, it's important to recognize the power of I am. What we say I am to calls upon powers within the subconscious mind to bring it into existence in ways that we might know. As Steve Jobs said in his commencement speech, you can connect the dots looking backwards. You know the way that works for you, and you can share it with others, and it may be the way it works for them. However, what we're really dealing with here is faith. Realizing that there's a distinct pathway to realizing our vision. We also call this trusting. It's stated in Matthew 6:6, when you pray, enter into your closet. And when you have shut your door, pray to your Father which is in secret. And your Father which is in secret shall reward you openly. So we call upon the power of I am, what we say I am to. All and everything exists here in this moment. And it is revealed based on what we consciously and unconsciously say I am to. But it starts with the conscious, imagining ourselves at that end, which is a form of prayer, as he says here. Prayer is an illusion of sleep, which diminishes the impression of the outer world and renders the mind more receptive to suggestion from within. The mind in prayer is in a state of relaxation and receptivity akin to the feeling attained just before dropping off to sleep. We call this being calm. Now, James Allen, in his book, As a Man Thinketh, says it really well. He says, calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is a result of long and patient effort in self-control, essentially observing what we say I am to and identifying with our vision, both in the prayer and living in faith day by day on the journey to realizing our vision. This means if we experience something in reality, the five sensory experience, in which we seem to fear or doubt or have indecision about, we recognize that our desire, or what we desire to experience. I also done another discussion on prayer. I'll put a link in the description to it, which says the same thing. I also discuss the cause within is what we say I am to. And we could say I am to anything. We could say I am to whatever experiences that we're having and relate it over to whatever we want. What we identify with as a result of what we say I am too, which also is what we imagine. We definitely can say it, speak it in our mind, speak it into existence. We can also imagine it, or as he says, assume it in a way that it is right now a present fact in imagination. And from there, the subconscious rearranges reality to reflect. So it appears as a journey to the destination. He says, the perfectly disciplined man is always in tune with the wish as an accomplished fact. So living right now as the wish being an accomplished fact. So again, calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. So if you look back at your personal experiences and you have conversations with others, which is why I always recommend having conversations with others who have produced the results that you would like to also have, and observe their train of thoughts, how they communicate about things, learn about their beliefs, their interpretations, their perspectives, their paradigms. And what you'll find is patterns of thinking. And one of the patterns of thinking that you'll find is the obviousness of achieving that end result. And what we want to do is have that same obviousness. Now, this can be done through an instant moment of commitment.
All right, folks, quick commentary. Just got a tweet from ICT. It says, Noche NQ 11,138 sell side. So let's take a look. 11,138. So, okay, so down here. So this is what Michael's looking at. And because of that, I'll take a partial down here. This is sell side. And all right, so took partial here because of this order block. I don't want to see a big retracement from it, so you always want to make sure you take a partial. All right, so giving this bad boy some more time to run. Ultimately, want to see relative equal lows taken. All right, demo baller. Don't worry, I'll be trading in February, and I'll be showing you guys the live account soon. I know you guys want to see that. So, all right, giving this a little bit more time, and we'll come back in a few minutes to see how this works out.
As inspiration and in harmony and in contribution to their vision. They're able to see it. How so? I remember I even had this opportunity to sit down beside John Mackey, who was the founder of Whole Foods. And I asked him a few questions, and I noticed that beyond the responses that he gave, there was a certainty and calmness. Now one can say, well, the calmness could come from his experience, but what we're recognizing is that we seek it first within and we become it first within, and then it expresses. So realize that whenever you see somebody having the results that you desire, that they first went there in imagination. This further reveals the power of imagination, and it allows us to remain poised, steadfast, and serene, which is essentially recognizing that whatever's being presented here in the five sensory experience is some way, somehow in contribution to your vision.
All right, guys, changed my mind. I want to trail the stop a bit more aggressively. So way more aggressively, actually. And that goes back to me not even wanting to be in the trade no more. I can never hold from my terminus. It always essentially forced my hand. I always end up doing something to not hold it. Well, alright, since I realize I'm doing this right now, let's not. I'll actually let it run. It's hard for me to let these trades run. But only one way to move past that. Letting Yep, letting them run. All right, guys. So we'll see in the next few minutes if I can get my target, unlike the first trade earlier in the morning where it failed to reach my target. I think a quarter of a tick, which is insane. So we'll come back in a few minutes, see if we can get these relative equal lows taken. All right, folks. Here's my worst fear: holding on to a trade for my target and then the trade turning around. I think that's probably what traumatized me earlier on in my development, and that's why to this day it's still hard for me to hold on to them. And although it's happening right now, I don't really feel guilty or shameful for it happening. It's just, it's part of it. So I'll close it. That way I don't have to look at the markets doing it for me. I was hoping this SIBI would hold on to price. It started for a while. Until this candle traded right through it. It can still go lower. If it does after me closing it, yeah, it'll be whatever. But overall, I mean, insane execution. So 10 contracts at 11,245 even. Let's go to a 3-minute chart. Show you guys. So inside this fair value gap, buy side taken, and we're trading at a premium array inside this 15-minute SIBI, so 15-minute fair value gap in here. So that's why I framed the trade idea. And I don't want to do a trade review or breakdown because I know Michael's going to do one later today. And I'm always excited to see what his thinking process is when he takes these trades. Even though he actually went short in here too. Another trade I took with him, it's always interesting to see how he looks at the markets. So I won't be talking about my decision making. So we'll wait for later this evening so we can all learn from the master when he does his market reviews. Let's see here. So sold 7, 39, 24, 75. Partial, close 3. Another partial. Inside this BISI, took another one off and ultimately took the last one here. We have this up close candle before this move. Could potentially use this to take prices lower because we do have a BISI in here. Markets will probably want to fill that in and one lower here. But I don't really want to go through that right now. 2 trades actually, beautiful trades. And I'm actually getting really excited. I want to trade live right now actually, but I'll wait. So February 7th, we'll be live. And I'll try to show live trades, but I'm going to have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of my videos. I don't know how to edit really well. So that's going to be an issue. But I'll figure it out. Watch a couple YouTube videos on how to edit and do all that kind of stuff for the YouTube channel. So here it is. Beautiful executions. Let's look at this. Demo baller. Oh man, this is fun. All right, guys. Gotta love seeing it. It's almost like it never happened. So I'm gonna journal this, take my screenshots, do my journal entries, write all the notes, and we'll be back tomorrow, guys. Every day, every week, and it won't stop.